Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox and take a close-up look at the Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid SE Craft. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a pair of Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid Craft SE shoes, and this pair is in a men's UK size 9, US 10, Europe 44, Brazil 42, 28 cm, and it's in the Anthracite Black, Bright Mandarin, Sky J Light Olive colourway. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by flipping up the box lid to reveal the contents inside. And let's peel back the wrapping or packing paper to reveal the Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid SE Craft in the Anthracite Black, Bright Mandarin, Sky J Light Olive colourway. Let's lift out the left shoe first and focus on it. So just closing the box back up and setting it to the left hand side of the tabletop and giving you a look at the shoe. And let's do a 360 rotation so we have a full and clear look of the shoe before we start taking some closer in looks at its details. And now taking a close-up look at the details. So we can see the overall black and anthracite upper with of course the Sky J Light Olive details. So taking a close-up look at the front of the shoe. So it does have a very fine short nap suede mudguard, as you can see. And it does have the toe box or vamp layer on the upper layer above the mudguard. So it does have that reverse layering of the vamp or toe box underlay, being the overlay this time. And of course taking a look at the stitching details as well. And the overall textures. So you can see the very fine nap suede for the toe box as well as the mudguard. As we move towards the back, we can see for the lower part of the eye stay in the anthracite, but slightly lighter shade of anthracite as opposed to the one around the mudguard or front of the shoe. So a very slight variation right there. As we move towards the back, once again the continuation of that shade of anthracite towards the quarter or midfoot area, and of course that Sky J Light Olive or green Nike swoosh, and you can see the texture of it as well, and that contrast stitching in white and of course orange as well, or bright mandarin. So giving you a further out look so you can see the colours once again, and back in for that detail. So once again, very short and fine and very soft to the touch suede upper, but this time around with this quarter panel here, slightly coarser but still short. As we move towards the back and of course the high top of the shoe or mid top of the shoe. So you can see and hear that coarseness of that short nap suede in anthracite or light grey, as opposed to the much smoother suede finish of the black parts. So giving you a look at those details. So plenty of details and colors, and of course so much layering throughout with the combination of those textures and finishes. Now taking a look from the back, we see the Air Jordan and winged basketball logo at the heel, and of course once again the colors that make up this shoe. Of course, moving towards the inner side of the shoe, once again those details and panels and layers, as you can see, that mix and complexity of the colors and textures. So this time around we have a much fuller Nike swoosh there without the disconnection as opposed to the outer side. And back towards the front of the shoe. And now taking a look from the front or tip or toe of the shoe and slowly moving towards the back. So you can see the overall details. So you can see, of course, not laced up from the factory. And of course that Jumpman with the air underneath it. So with the laces, as you can see, with the bright Mandarin or orange colored laces and the cream colored tongue matching towards the midsole as well. And of course the embroidered Jumpman or Air Jordan logo in black. And just giving you a look at the textures as well, so you can see the tongue with its fine weave pattern, as well as the Nike Jumpman Air or Air Jordan embroidered logo right there. And we can see that it does have this raw edge finish to the tongue or exposed edge. So you can see that foam layer providing the padding or bolstering for the tongue. And taking a look at the back of the tongue label right there, details, and of course the lining and the finish as well. So right throughout you can see that exposed edge of the tongue. And on the inside as well, let's flip out and actually give you a look at the laces and the aglet of the laces. So right there, finished in orange and capped in orange as well, or bright Mandarin. And let's pull out the paper stuffing so we can take a better look inside. So giving you a look on the inside of this Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid SE Craft and its details right throughout. So you can see the materials or composition label, sticker right on the insole or sock liner, and of course that bright Mandarin Jumpman as well. And of course the overall details around the inside lining of the shoe. So you can see on the ankle collar, it does also have the same exposed edge design to the ankle and heel collar. So in line with the exposed edge of the tongue. And to give you some sense of the padding or bolstering of the tongue, of the heel and ankle collar, right throughout. So very lightly padded, but with some density to it as well. So it does have that very cushion-like feel to it. And of course, speaking of cushioning, this is a Nike Air Jordan after all, so it does have the Nike Air unit to it for cushioning. And just taking one more look at the bright Mandarin Air Jordan winged basketball logo on the heel, so giving you a look at that detail right there. Now tucking the laces back in. And now let's take a look at the sole or bottom of the shoe, so we can see the overall Sky J light olive or green coloured rubber sole. So that pastel soft green right throughout the entire length of this rubber sole. And of course, to give you some sense of the material or traction pattern, just dragging my finger along its surface. And giving you an overall sense of the material. And now let's do a flexibility bend and twist test with my hands to give you some idea of the stiffness or flexibility and softness of the shoe. And just puffing the shoe back in shape. And now let's take a look at the right shoe, so setting the left shoe down and to the side as we bring the box back in frame. Now let's pop out the right shoe. And giving you a look at the right shoe of this Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid SE Craft. And of course, let's do a 360 rotation with this side as well, so you have that full and clear look. Now taking a look at the close-up details of the various aspects of the shoe. So once again, that anthracite mudguard, and of course that reverse layering with the toe box or vamp above that mudguard area, and finished in black with a very fine and smooth nap of that suede panel, and of course the various details as well with the eye stays, as well as that Sky J light olive Nike swoosh. Of course, we're taking a look at the inner side, so this one does have that continuous, unbroken Nike swoosh to it. So we take a look at the back. So once again we see that very high contrast embroidered Air Jordan wing basketball logo. And moving towards the outside of the shoe, we see those stitching details in white and in that bright Mandarin on that Sky J light olive Nike swoosh. So giving you a look at the various aspects right there. And details of the shoe. And flipping tongue out. So once again taking a look on the inner side of the shoe. And behind the tongue we see that tongue label, and of course if we pop out the paper stuffing, this time we have a much clearer look inside of the shoe. Of course, once again giving you an overall look at the inside details with that puffy but light ankle and heel collar bowstring. Now let's take a look at the pair together side by side. And from the front to the back. And directly from the back. And the bottoms or soles of the shoes. So that's Nike Air Jordan 1 Mid SE Craft in the Anthracite Black, Bright Mandarin, Sky J Light Olive colorway. Thanks for watching and happy walking!